What's up, everybody? You tapped into the Purple Pocket Podcast, and it's your boy R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so after a video I posted, asking the supporters and the fan base, why picking Hamilton wasn't an option and Cine was a better option for the Minnesota Vikings. I have to say, man, I appreciate all the support, all the comments. I went back, I looked at everything, man. I tried to evaluate everything. And I have to say, man, I'm convinced. I'm convinced, right? And this is one of the reasons why I'm convinced. I'm mainly convinced because, Sean Taylor, man, for those who don't know Sean Taylor, man, Sean Taylor was a safety that played for the Washington Redskins, and I'm going to say Washington Redskins because that's who they were when Sean Taylor was on the team, all right? Sean Taylor, one of my good partners, man, he's a diehard Redskins fan. I mean, just diehard, right? And, that was his favorite player. He actually had a jersey and, we would watch games and he would always talk about him. So, this is back in the days and I used to watch him. And when I look at Lewis Cine, I see a lot of Sean Taylor in this kid, So, I think it was just the heat of the moment. Just knowing that all this hype was around one guy, but yet we go all the way left field and pick a guy that wasn't really on anybody's draft board to be in the first round. It kind of hit everybody by surprise. At least it hit me by surprise. I'm going to speak for myself, right? And a couple of the friends that we had in the chat. But, now that, a couple of days went by, we looking at everything. I love Sean Taylor, so I know for a fact this guy's play style, I'm definitely going to be in love with Lewis Cine. First of all, man, I want to apologize for bashing this guy because now that I watch it, and don't get me wrong, with my takes, I'm not taking anything away from this kid saying that he's not a good football player because I knew from the night we picked him and I looked into him, I knew he was a good football player. I just didn't think he was round one talent, and I feel like he was going to be somebody. If we didn't get him at 32, there's no telling how far he would have fell in the second round. It's just one of those things, right? So, I mean, it wasn't that I'm bashing him saying he's not a good football player. But now that I look into it, now that he's a Minnesota Viking for sure, he's our first rounder, I'm all the way behind this guy. Lewis Cine, man, I feel like he is going to be a big impact. One thing, some of the supporters were commenting on the video saying, in his interviews, saying like he just loves like the one time is when he's on the football field, he can break a man's will. Things like that. I mean, just an aggressive type of guy. But when he doesn't have the pads on, just seems like a great guy to be around, really intelligent, studies the game, and at the end of the day, I mean, Kwesi warned us and said those are the type of players that we're going after. We're going after players that are buying in to what they have going on, and this kid obviously bought in. All right, and I had another supporter comment and was saying how when they interviewed like two other Georgia players and they asked them, if you can bring anybody else on the Georgia team with you, who is it that you're going to bring with you? And Lewis Cine's name was the only one that was popping up. So that just shows right there the type of value that this guy brings, not only with his skills on the field, but his character, and as a man, I gotta respect that. I have to respect that, and I'm coming around now. I'm happy that we got Lewis Cine. I have a feeling he's obviously gonna be a starter from day one. I can see him and Harrison Smith roaming around the field. I mean, just popping things apart, laying the hat, you know what I mean? And I'm excited to see that. Honestly, now that he's part of it, I wouldn't want to see him on anybody else's team. And I'm glad we get to watch him in purple and we get to watch him fly around the field, knocking people's head off, stopping the run, just helping us with the things we need help with that we knew we need help with since last year. And he's going to be a perfect fit for the Minnesota Vikings. I appreciate everybody that commented on the last video. Y'all definitely convinced me. I went back, I took some deep breaths, went back, looked at the pick, man, and it's working out in my favor now, in our favor. I appreciate all the support, all the research y'all did to let me know certain stats, certain things he was saying, because I was just kind of, mind foggy, man. I didn't even want to look at his interviews. I was literally that upset about the pick. But I'm here now. Hey, Skull Vikes, man. We win in the North. That's a fact. The North is ours, man. This team is only going to get better from here. I can't wait till training camp start. We can see the boy fly around. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy. Appreciate everybody for tapping into the Purple Pocket Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. Purple Gang.